Hello, this is Girma, English teacher. So last time we discussed about this adverb and adjective. I am very confident that you got a lot and you are this time very familiar about the usage of adjective and adverb. So today we come to types of question. We'll see that one today. But before that, please join and subscribe our channel. And put forward maybe your comment, as I told you previously, as we approach you in a very vivid way. That means yes. And at the same time, if there is something or else the item that face you difficulty, you can jot down that one yes under the comment. So I make myself ready and give you that one yes. And then please do that one. After I said that, let's come to types of questions. Yes. So when we say types of question, I categorized under 4 pointers. That is simple question, or else we call it direct question, indirect question, negative or else yes no question, tag question, and like that. Yes. So when we say simple question, the first one is when we say simple question, what does it mean? Basically, we form a question with auxiliary verb or else WH. This is what you have to remember. So a simple question or direct question is formed with an auxiliary verb or WH pronoun, or else sometimes we call it interrogative pronoun, already who, which, when, how, and like that. Yes. And then the auxiliary verb, the common auxiliary verb that we do have in English is this. And then I'm pretty sure you are very familiar with this, about this auxiliary verbs, because you started to learn this one in lower grade. And then you have to know, because I want to give emphasis on this one, because this helps you, or else being familiar with the auxiliary verb helps you, even for the other pattern that we are going to see. Yes. So these are the auxiliary verb, because we use the auxiliary verb to form the question. For instance, if we say, for instance, if we say like this, for instance, she works hard. This is a statement. Yes, she works hard is a statement. So as I told you, when we don't have, if we do have auxiliary verb, that means we use that auxiliary verb. If we do have in a sentence that auxiliary verb, we use the auxiliary verb, we bring and write at the beginning, and we write the rest as it is, and we end with question mark. But if we don't have auxiliary verb, we go to do families. That means when the verb is verb 1, we use do. When the verb is verb s, we use does. When the verb is verb 2, we use did. Therefore, we can use this one. For instance, here she works hard. Look, do we have any auxiliary verb here? Now, I hope you are very familiar with the auxiliary verb. These are the auxiliary verb. So when we see here, do we have any auxiliary verb? Here we don't have auxiliary verb. As I told you, if we don't have auxiliary verb, we go to do families. That means if the verb is verb 1, as I told you, we use do. If the verb is verb s, we use does. And if the verb is verb 2, we use did. This is what you have to remember. Therefore, now here, this works is what? Verb s. That is why we use does here. Does she work? One thing, what you have to remember is that we have to make this one capital letter. That means when we change, and after once we use does, the main verb that was verb s must be changed to verb 1. Whatever the subject is, the subject can be singular or plural. After once we use does and did, don't forget that means, okay, the main verb is changed to verb 1. Remember this one. Look here, she played a piano very well. Now here again, we don't have any auxiliary verb. Therefore, we underline the main verb. What is the main verb? Played. Played is what type of verb? That is verb 2. So if it is verb 2, we use what? Did. Therefore, did she play a piano very well? Have you seen play? Played is changed to play. Don't forget this one. Even in exam or else in different written text, that means, okay, you will get like this. Therefore, especially in exam, if you begin with does and did, and then the main verb must be verb 1, even if whatever the subject is, even if the subject is singular or wrote. Now when it comes to the third one, she has arrived at school on time. Now here we do have the auxiliary verb, that is what? Has. Then we use it, that one, has she arrived at school on time? And then this is, we call this one is simple question. And then you have to know how you form, how you make simple or else direct question. So with WH again, we can say, for instance, most of the time in communication, people say, who gave you this mobile? Possible, maybe you can just address like this. But in academic writing, there must be auxiliary verb immediately after WH. Otherwise, you may make a mistake. That means, okay, for instance, in example like that. Here, so we should put auxiliary verb after the WH pronoun. Remember this one is. So if we write like this, even if it is possible in communication, that means in oral communication, but in academic, that means, okay, writing, so you have to take it. So that's why we say here, who do you give? That means do. Yes, have you seen do is auxiliary verb, and then that comes immediately after WH. When did, if we say who you give this mobile, academically that is wrong. Yes, when did she go to the cinema? We say like this. This is about simple question. Therefore, simple question in general we can say is made when we write the auxiliary verb comes before a sentence ends with WH. That means, okay, WH pronoun. Here WH is left. Simple question with auxiliary be, have, and modals. We form simple form question by putting the auxiliary or modal before the subject. We put the main verb after the subject. That means, okay. For instance, are you coming? Have they finished the task? Where was your watch made? And then already you can see this one. So after we said this one, we come to indirect question. Indirect question, let me tell you in a very simple ways. Indirect question, we form indirect question. Now, I hope you are very familiar about simple or else direct question. Already we touched that one. So when we write, listen here, when we write a phrase or else a clause before simple question, we form indirect question, and then the arrangement will be changed. I mean the arrangement of the simple question is changed to subject plus verb forms, and then we will see that one. But the concept is this one. Put the concept. When a phrase or else a clause comes before a simple question, we form indirect question. Remember this one. For instance, here I can show you. Where does she go? Where does she go is what? Where does she go is what? It is a direct question. Yes. So when we begin with can you tell me, have you seen can you tell me here? That means, okay, you can take it just like a clause or else a phrase. A clause, that means, okay, can you tell me? Have you seen we begin with this one? So when we bring and write the direct question that is given, where she has gone, we say yes. But if we say like this, for instance, can you tell me? Can you tell me where has she gone? Has she gone? Question mark. If we say like this, have you seen where has she gone? That means this is wrong. The arrangement is not like subject verb arrangement. It's not like this. It must be where she has gone. That is affirmative or a subject verb arrangement. If we write like this, this is wrong. And then this is wrong. So you should make like this when we talk about this direct speeches. This is what I need to tell you. The same thing. When you see different example, I'm pretty sure you can be very familiar with that. Most of the time, you may be asked in national exam when you are asked arrangement of words or this scrambled words, yes. Or so if you are asked that type, it helps you. That means, okay. And then the other important point is that when we begin, can you tell me carries what? A question sense. Because it carries a question sense, we end with what? Question mark. Don't forget this one. But when it doesn't carry a question sense, we end with full stop. For instance here, how did you solve this problem? This is direct question. Can you tell me how you solved the problem? Question mark. I don't understand how you solved the problem. Full stop. Student, punctuation mark does have a huge value in English. It has a huge value, therefore you are expected to be perfect on that. Maybe much more about punctuation mark we'll see, especially in grade 12 from 6 to 8 in national exam. This is very common, and then you begin with mastering or else learning about this punctuation mark from the lower grade, even grade 9, grade 10, grade 11 you do have. So you have to bring all them and be familiar, otherwise you make a mistake. And give emphasis for punctuation mark. The other one, what time did they leave? Can you tell me? Have you seen? Can you tell me? We end with question mark. Tell me. We end with full stop. What time they left? And then when we cancel out did, and then the main verb is changed to what? Verb 2. Remember even this one. This is what I need to tell you. So write an indirect question using phrase or clause given before simple question. Here you do have some example. For instance, let's do together. Yes, let's do together. The first one, that means yes. Do you know? It says the indirect question, where has Tom? This is capital. Where has Tom gone? Do you know where Tom has gone? Tom has gone. Have you seen? Subject plus verb arrangement. Yes, question mark, because this is do you know. I don't know where Tom has gone. Has gone. Here is full stop, not question mark, because this one is what? It doesn't carry a question sense, and then we isn't with full stop. This is wrong. But for this one, because do you know carries what? A question sense, and then we use question mark. Don't forget this one. But the arrangement is the same. And then even you may be asked where you can use question and a full stop. Remember this one. So having this one, the rest, you yourself, you can do it. That means yes. So this is what we have for today. Then please don't forget to subscribe and jot down maybe comments about my teaching. So your comment strengthens me and helps me the right track I can improve. This is what I need to tell you. Please, this is from Lucybridge Academy. Yes. Thank you very much.